The peaceful afternoon at Mike Corner's store seemed like an ordinary day for Emma Winters, but it quickly turned into a dangerous and unexpected confrontation. The young woman sitting in a wheelchair appeared harmless, but the members of the Black Vipers gang had no idea they were facing one of the most dangerous combat specialists ever produced by the military. They thought she was just a disabled veteran, but what they didn't know was that Emma had become an undercover FBI agent, investigating a multi-million-dollar arms trafficking empire they were part of. The trouble started when the Black Vipers gang decided to harass Emma. She didn't react immediately, letting them believe she was an easy target. But within less than 30 seconds, everything changed. Using the combat skills honed during her military service, Emma swiftly took down 3 gang members, leaving them no chance to react. Their leader, Max the Serpent Carter, found himself staring down the barrel of his own gun, and the tension in the air exploded. Everything happened too quickly, but Emma remained calm. The criminals were lying on the ground, stunned by the lightning-fast attack, unable to comprehend how they'd been outplayed. But Emma didn't stop there. This was just the beginning of a much tougher battle. After the first confrontation, Emma maintained her role as a disabled veteran in the eyes of the Pine Valley residents. However, in her mind, a much larger plan was taking shape. She knew the Black Vipers could only be defeated if they believed she was weak. Only when they underestimated her would she be able to gather information and carry out her strategy. With the patience of an FBI agent, Emma began to pick up on the subtle signs the criminals failed to notice. She approached them with caution, always maintaining a calm demeanor but closely monitoring their every move. She began to realize that, within the shadows of their criminal actions, there was a larger conspiracy they hadn't anticipated. The criminals had no idea that the person they saw as an easy target was the one holding all the important clues. Weapons deals, dark plans. Everything was within her reach. Emma knew that with just one more step, everything would change. The trap would close in on them when they least expected it. Emma sat in her office, her eyes glued to the computer screen. All the information about the Black Vipers and the weapons deals they were involved in was being analyzed carefully. The data she received from the FBI revealed one thing. Their weapons trafficking network wasn't just a typical criminal organization. They were involved in larger deals, connected to advanced military technology, weaponry that could shift the course of war. Emma discovered that these criminals weren't just operating in Pine Valley. They were connected to several other criminal organizations across the country. This realization made Emma understand that she had to dismantle the entire underground network, not just defeat the Black Vipers. While everything seemed to be nearing its end, Emma had prepared a new strategy. She wasn't just preparing physically, but mentally as well. She had modified her wheelchair, turning it into a weapon that could move quickly and allow her to use firearms when necessary. She knew that the wheelchair wasn't a weakness. It was the only advantage she had to make an unexpected strike. With the help of the FBI, Emma continued to gather more information and prepare for the important takedown scheduled for that night. Using everything at her disposal, Emma was determined to succeed. As night fell, the tension increased. Emma stepped out, ready for her final confrontation with the Black Vipers gang. She knew that the warehouse, where they were preparing to hand over weapons, was the key location for her operation. Without meticulous preparation, everything could be exposed. Every move she made had to be perfect. Using her wheelchair, Emma glided silently through the darkness, making no sound. Everything had to be precise. She relied not only on strength but also on accuracy in each movement. She left no trace behind, and the criminals had no idea they were being watched minute by minute. When Emma reached the warehouse, she signaled to the FBI and local police, and the takedown began. A barrage of gunshots rang out, but the criminals still didn't realize they had been set up. It wasn't until they were all caught that they realized the game was over. Max remained smug, thinking everything was under his control. But what he didn't know was that Emma had gathered every piece of information about his criminal dealings. She used her wheelchair as a powerful weapon, approaching them step by step, never revealing any sign of weakness. Emma remained calm, maneuvering her wheelchair with incredible precision. The criminals had no idea they were walking right into a trap. Emma wasn't just a soldier. She was a strategist, always calculating every move and choosing the right moment to strike. She was in control, and they didn't even know it. The atmosphere tonight is thick with tension. Although Emma has fully prepared for this raid, nothing can make her feel at ease. Every step she takes is calculated carefully. Her wheelchair, which was never seen as a combat tool, is now a weapon of surprise. She is not in a hurry. Every movement is executed with precision down to the smallest detail. Emma knows that a single mistake could ruin the entire operation. The Black Vipers gang is gathering in the warehouse, unaware that their defeat is imminent. Max and his men are overconfident. They believe Emma is just a weak woman, incapable of doing anything but sitting in her wheelchair. What they don't know is that the weakness they see is merely a facade. Emma's real goal is not to engage in direct combat, but to control the situation, leading them into the trap she has meticulously set. Gunshots echo through the night, and in the blink of an eye, 3 gang members fall to the ground, blood spilling across the warehouse floor. But the fight is not over. Emma continues to move toward the center of the warehouse, where Max is in charge. He never expects that he will be the last one to face Emma. She uses her wheelchair as an incredibly flexible means of movement, maneuvering through the darkness, avoiding attention. No one in the warehouse realizes they are being tracked step by step. When the roar of Black Vipers' motorcycles fills the air, Emma signals the FBI to launch their attack. This is the moment she ends everything. As Emma moves deeper into the weapons warehouse, everything is still unfolding according to plan. But she senses something isn't right. A shift in the air, a sense of alarm she cannot explain. Only when she steps into the heart of the warehouse does a cold voice sound in her earpiece. "You think you've controlled everything, Winters?" The voice sneers. "You're just a pawn in my game. Everything you've done is just serving my plan." Emma stops, her hands tightening on the wheelchair handles. She cannot believe what she's just heard. Everything she's done, all the strategies she's prepared, turns out to be just a small part of a larger plan she never anticipated. The mastermind behind everything, the one she thought was Max, is actually the architect, the person who has been pulling the strings from behind the scenes. At this moment, Emma is no stranger to betrayal. From her years in the military to joining the FBI, she's witnessed and learned about how people like the architect operate. However, learning the truth still makes her seethe with anger. She can't allow herself to be deceived. This failure might have been a decisive blow, but Emma remains steadfast. She will not stop until all these criminals pay the price. Taking a deep breath, Emma feels the tension rising. "Who are you?" she asks, her voice calm and fearless. "And what do you want?" The voice from the architect answers, mocking and sharp. "It's not up to you to decide. You're just a pawn in my game. This is my chess match, and I will win." Emma looks at the signs of the battle that has just taken place. She knows that, no matter how many difficult battles await, she will emerge victorious. But to do so, she must be smarter and wait for the exact moment to strike. The night falls, and the lights from the warehouse illuminate a tense scene. Every breath is heavy in the stillness. The architect has appeared before Emma, a woman with a sharp, cold demeanor, like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Her face is expressionless, her eyes as cold as ice, staring directly at Emma. Emma clearly notices the calculation in her gaze. "What are you trying to prove?" Emma asks, her voice unwavering. "Do you think the only way to survive is through evolution, through change and loss?" The architect scoffs. "You don't understand, Winters. I'm not just trying to prove something. I want to change the world. You are the proof of my theory. We cannot continue living as weak humans. We must become perfect warriors, with no limitations." Emma listens, sensing the obsession in the architect's words. She believes she is carrying out a noble cause, but Emma knows it's nothing more than a vague theory. She has learned that true strength doesn't come from forced change, but from the ability to accept and overcome challenges. "You can't change humanity," Emma responds, her gaze unwavering. "We are not perfect tools that you want to create. We are human beings with our own abilities and choices, and I will prove that." The final confrontation between Emma and the architect is not only a physical battle, but also a psychological one. Everything has led to this moment, where one of them must win. Emma looks directly into the architect's eyes, unafraid. She knows that this is the decisive moment. The architect smiles faintly, as if she has already won. You don't understand, Winters. Everything you've done has been part of my plan. You won't defeat me. Emma stands firm, her gaze determined. She steps closer to the woman, then strikes in a movement as swift as lightning. Emma's attacks are not only effective strategically but also extremely precise, catching the architect by complete surprise. She uses her inner strength to defeat the architect, not just with power but with intellect. With a powerful punch, Emma knocks the architect off balance, causing her to fall. At this point, all of her enemy's plans are completely destroyed. As the FBI and police forces rush in to arrest the remaining criminals, Emma stands there, calm and resolute, feeling an unusual sense of peace. She has protected justice. She has dismantled one of the most dangerous criminal organizations the country has ever faced. But the battle is far from over. Emma knows that there is still much to be done, and she will always be ready to face any challenges ahead. In the end, Emma has won, and a new chapter in her life begins. She has proven that, no matter what adversities one faces, the hidden strength within every person can overcome all difficulties.